What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. The series has been really booming lately. I've been posting almost 2 to 3 of these a week, which is pretty crazy when you think I used to be posting once every kind of week and a half or 2 weeks. Regardless, what that means is a lot of mods have been coming out and being worked on by Fallout 4 mod authors, and a lot of these have been very high quality. Today is going to be a pretty particular episode. Every single mod I do show you in today's episode is a weapon mod, so if you hate weapon mods or you just really don't like that kind of stuff, click off the video. But by contrast, this means next episode will probably not have nearly as many weapon mods, maybe only 1 or 2 tops. With that being said, a lot of these weapon mods are very cool, and personally there's a few in here that I personally think are pretty exciting and something you should keep your eye on going forward. Now, with that being said, if you guys do enjoy the series, I encourage you to consider subscribing. I do post a series for both Skyrim Special Edition and Fallout 4, but with that, let's just jump right into it. So the first mod I am going to be showing you is the SVT40. This is going to be a new mod by Axis. He has brought us a number of really high quality mods in the past, that being the Crude Blowback, the Handmade Revolver, a Sledgehammer mod, and of course the M1 Garand, which ended up being one of his biggest releases so far. Well, now it seems like he is going to continue the World War II trend and move on to the SVT40. This was kind of a specialty rifle for the Soviet Union during World War II and a little bit after that. Before this, they were using the Mosin Nagant, which of course you've probably seen in different video games. It is a bolt action kind of sniper or longer range rifle, and they were fully replacing it with this weapon, but unfortunately they were invaded and the production of this kind of got slowed by the actual occurrence of World War II, and then following the war they moved on to greater things like the AK-47 and the SKS. Regardless, as you can see, the rifle itself does look very high quality from these images, and honestly it's just another mod by Axis, so I'm excited for it. He has made a number of extremely high quality mods at this point, and I'm definitely going to be excited for whatever he's working on next, in this case the SVT40. So next up we have the Mark 22 turret. This is an interesting mod. If you guys do know Skibida, he did just release the Mark 22. This is a heavy machine gun for Fallout 4. I'm sure you've seen it. I made a few videos about it, as well as it is a pretty popular mod right now. Well, it does seem like he's going to be working on a turret add-on for this mod. As you can tell by a lot of these pictures, he does have these placed down in settlements, kind of like your regular machine gun or flamethrower or shotgun turrets you have otherwise. It just is in fact using the MK22 with a shield on it, which obviously is one of the configurations you can have of the gun, and honestly it looks pretty cool. We don't have many mods adding in new kind of defenses for settlements in general, so this is definitely going to be a pretty cool addition that way. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to be included with the mod going forward, which I actually think is probably the best way to implement it, although it may come out as a standalone mod and maybe just require the other one as a dependency. Regardless, the mod itself is pretty high quality. Obviously, being a heavy machine gun, it is very fitting for it to be turned into a machine gun turret, and frankly, I think a lot of people would enjoy using this on some of their settlements. Then we do have what looks like is going to be one of the final updates to the Bozar, and the final update for a good reason, because it seems like it is almost ready to be released. So the Bozar is a weapon originally from Fallout 2, but it did make its way into Fallout New Vegas with the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC. On my last video, everyone was like, no, this never appeared in Fallout New Vegas. It's from Fallout 2. What are you talking about? So I had to double check, but regardless, it wasn't Fallout New Vegas, Gunrunner's DLC. This is being developed by SCAL, and as you can see by a lot of these in-game pictures, it does look like it is going to be a pretty high quality and really just expansive mod. It does seem like you're going to have a number of different options as far as weapon customization goes, which is always something that's just really good to see in general. And even beyond that, this is meant to be a very high caliber but automatic weapon, which is obviously very unique, especially as snipers go, but this technically isn't even a sniper. It is a light machine gun if you go look at the wiki for Fallout 2. It again is a really interesting weapon, hopefully something that you get in a special way. I'd rather not just find this on a dead raider, or maybe some really high level raiders could be cool, but not just your everyday raiders carrying snipers. Whether you like this gun for nostalgia or just because it has a cool concept behind it, I definitely think it's going to be a pretty big mod release for Fallout 4 and one I am looking forward to. Then we do have an update to the M1A1 Thompson that I did show you in last episode. In last episode, I actually showed you 2 M1A1 Thompsons, one of them being more of the Tommy gun variant and one of them being the traditional variant, as you can see right here. This is going to be a weapon by Sergeant Barney. It doesn't really seem like he's released anything just yet, which is pretty cool to see. It's always nice to see mod authors kind of just jumping into things. Regardless, it also seems like he is going to have a modified variant of this, actually being the kind of Tommy gun variant. The M1A1 Thompson is kind of the military variant that you're probably familiar with seeing in war movies, while the 1923 Tommy gun is one you've probably seen in different gangster movies and just kind of has that look and feel that you're also probably familiar with. I think both of these could be pretty massive additions for Fallout 4. I do sincerely hope though he does get either some help or just really works hard on these sounds and animations. I think that would really put this gun over the top, as first and foremost we don't have many SMG options, and secondly there's been kind of a trend towards World War II weapons, and how can you have proper World War II weapons without a Thompson? It is like one of the most iconic American weapons there are as far as World War II goes, outside of the M1 Garand, which we already have a pretty finalized and high quality version of that. Regardless, again, going to be pretty excited for this one. I love World War II. I love the Tommy gun especially, that being the 1923 version, and I'm definitely excited to see where this leads. So last but certainly not least, in this weapon mods edition of 5 cool mods, we do have the service rifle. This is probably a gun you're very familiar with if you played through Fallout New Vegas. It was kind of the iconic weapons in Fallout New Vegas, and really just one of the most viable primary weapons as far as assault rifles went, which of course everyone uses assault rifles, that you could get. It is looking really high quality thus far. It's going to be by a mod author named Tainted. He has made a number of much smaller mods thus far. It seems like this is going to be his first kind of big mod, that being of a weapon mod. He also does say it's his first time working on a 3D model from scratch, that being that he's just never modeled something starting with nothing. And on top of that, it's actually his first time texturing anything, which is pretty remarkable because this looks really good. I would think this is from an experienced mod author, so definitely good work by him. This is going to be a mod I'm very excited for. Again, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be excited for this. A very iconic weapon and one that brings a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. Regardless, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. If you did watch to this point in the video, let me know by leaving a comment that says suit down below. As always, again, I thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.